Barcelona sporting director Deco held an important meeting with Juanma Lopez and Andy Barrett, the representatives of Dani Olmo. The discussion, which lasted for 2.5 hours, centered on the potential transfer of the 26-year-old star to Barcelona. Interest in Dani Olmo has surged, especially after his outstanding performance in the UEFA Euro 2024 campaign, attracting numerous potential suitors. Reports have previously argued that the club intends to initially offer between €40 and €50 million, with additional performance-related bonuses to reach the total €60 million specified in the contract. Florentino said beautiful words about Nacho during the ceremony. Today is a especially emotional day to all Madridistas, because one of our great players, who has given everything to his club, has decided to end an exemplary trajectory. Dear Nacho, we are proud of having, during all these 23 years, you came here when you were a kid in 2001, age only 10, and since then you played in every category of Real Madrid. Manchester United have confirmed Rasmus Højlund will wear the No. 9 shirt next season in a vow of confidence by Erik ten Hag as the Dane enters his second campaign with the club. Højlund appeared delighted as he posed with his new digit that many view as a demonstration of trust, further cementing his place as United's first-choice striker ahead of the upcoming Premier League season. Yamal is much more involved in play too. He averages 60.7 touches per game, while his counterpart is way down at 31.5. The Brazilian also manages far fewer passes and completes them at a slightly worse ratio. Endrick, however, has a main focus of scoring goals. Despite his young age, he does this pretty well with 14 in 44 games, just 27 starts for Palmeiras, which is slightly better than he would have been expected to score from his accumulated XG of 12.2. The Brazilian also takes more shots per game and does so with more accuracy, hitting the target at an impressive rate of 48.7% compared to Yamal's still respectable 37.3%. Interestingly, both having remarkably similar average distance from goal when shooting, with Yamal shooting from just 10 centimeters closer. Endrick comes out on top in aerial duels won, but this isn't really an area where Yamal would be expected to shine. Leicester City have opened talks with Arsenal to sign winger Reiss Nelson, reports Fabrizio Romano. The newly promoted side are believed to be in discussions focusing on an initial loan deal with an obligation to buy the 24-year-old at the end of the coming season. The championship winners are claimed to be confident of convincing Nelson to make the switch, with the financial terms of a deal now being discussed with Arsenal. A statement the FIFA Disciplinary Committee has opened proceedings against Canada Soccer, MS Beverly Priestman, Mr. Joseph Lombardi and MS Jasmine Mander due to the potential breach of Article 13 of the FIFA Disciplinary Code and Article 6.1 of the Regulations Olympic Football Tournaments Games at the XXX Olympiad Paris 2024. Final competition following incidents involving a non-accredited member of the Canadian delegation at the Women's Olympic Football Tournament, who is believed to have used a drone to record the New Zealand women's football team. The matter will be submitted for the consideration of the disciplinary committee in the next days. Spanish international Ansu has suffered a foot injury. As a result, is expected to spend around 3 weeks on the treatment table. Hansi Flick has already spoken to Ansu and reassured him. During the discussion in question, the German tactician made clear that this does not change the plan. It is therefore not ruled out that Ansu stays. Chelsea defender Levi Colwill and Wrexham forward James McLean had to be separated by officials, teammates and coaches after a fight broke out just 2 minutes into Wednesday's pre-season friendly. The incident came out of nothing as Chelsea were maintaining safe possession in their own half. But as Colwill passed the ball to fellow defender Benoit Badiashile, McLean lunged in and was instantly approached by the Chelsea star. Colwill aggressively grabbed McLean's shirt by the collar and the pair began to wrestle, refusing to let go before players and coaches ran to break things up. Neither player received any further punishment for the incident, with the referee keeping his cards in his pocket due to the game being a friendly. Morroco secured a wild 2-1 win over Argentina at the start of the Olympic men's soccer tournament on July 24. But not before furious fans invaded the pitch to protest what appeared to be an equaliser by Christian Medina in the 16th minute of stoppage time. Objects were thrown onto the field and security had to restrain fans, causing the game in Saint-Etienne to be suspended for nearly 2 hours and the crowd being told to leave the stadium. Luis Diaz has been the subject of speculation about his future this summer, and last A year ago, it was the Saudi Pro League club Al Hilal, now as Barcelona. Offers have yet to arrive, as was the case 12 months ago. Regardless, the club have no intention of selling Diaz, but maybe they should. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has placed his famous "Here we go" tagline on Arsenal's move for Bologna defender Riccardo Calafiori after trying to wrap up a deal for the elite international for weeks. The Gunners agreed personal terms, with the centre-back having offered the 22-year-old a 5-year deal worth €4 million per season. However, it was club-to-club issues that held the transfer up. Eventually, Arsenal would reach an agreement with Bologna over a transfer fee, with the Premier League club set to part ways with €40 million plus €5 million in add-ons for the centre-back. The sell-on clause is also included in the deal, but Basel and Bologna still needed to agree on the payment terms of their agreed 50% sell-on clause. See, Barcelona have completed their first signing of the summer transfer window for the senior team, with Pau Victor joining from Girona. Victor now joins the Blaugrana in a deal worth around €2.5 million plus add-ons, according to reports, while signing a 5-year contract until 2029. La Liga giants Real Madrid kicked their pre-season fixture list into gear on Wednesday, courtesy of a comfortable victory. A mix of high-profile first-team stars and academy talent played their part in an eventual 3-0 rout. The most notable names from the former category came in the form of Thibaut Courtois, Lucas Vazquez, Fran Garcia, Dani Ceballos, and Brahim Diaz. Juventus has decided to cash in on Meisha's sold despite his impressive season on loan at Frosinone last year. The attacker has been one of the standout graduates from the Juve Next Gen team and has been in fantastic form for them for several seasons. Bianconeri are looking to raise funds, and selling players is a key strategy to achieve this. AS Roma leads the race for his signature, but West Ham and Leicester City have also shown interest. Pundit Gianfranco Teotino is baffled by Juventus' decision to sell such a top talent. Chelsea are closing in on the signing of Philip Jorgensen. They are expected to agree a deal worth about €25 million, about £20.9 million for the Villarreal goalkeeper, with the final details left to be agreed. Jorgensen made the most saves in La Liga last season, and he is known for his ability with the ball at his feet. He fits the profile Chelsea are looking for at the moment. On the other hand, it remains to be seen what the future holds for Lunin. Manchester United are also eyeing a more experienced but far less exciting name, as apparently former Chelsea and Barcelona man Marcos Alonso is on their transfer wish list at left back. David G was open to returning to Manchester United last season, but only if head coach Erik ten Hag and director of football John Murdoch were no longer at the helm. The 33-year-old Spanish goalkeeper, who spent over a decade in the Premier League at Old Trafford after being signed by Sir Alex Ferguson, was ousted from the club following ten Hag's first year in charge amid protracted contract negotiations. Ligt is growing increasingly agitated at Bayern Munich. The deal appears to have stagnated in recent weeks, and it may not help his case that United announced the arrival of Leny Yoro from Lille last weekend. After verbally agreeing personal terms with United, it will come as a major blow to Ligt if we don't complete a deal to bring him to Old Trafford. It was reported by German publication Bild earlier this week that United had seen a bid worth €35 million rejected for Ligt. Now it's up to Ligt to make it abundantly clear to Bayern bosses that they should accept the offer United made. The United States came within the width of the crossbar from taking the lead against host nation France. In moments, Alexander Lacazette had the ball in the back of the Americans' net. And when Michael Olise added a second for France, it was on its way to a 3-0 win. The United States never came closer than Mihailovic's effort, and France made the most of its fortune, responding with stunning strikes from Lacazette in the 61st minute and Olise in the 68th. Though Bade added the third with a header in the 85th. The win saw France move to the top of Group A ahead of New Zealand, which beat Guinea 2-1.